Hello everyone, I'm Anita, a PMP and PgMP certified professional. Today we continue our strategic alignment journey with Task 2. Establish a high-level roadmap with milestones and preliminary estimates to obtain initial validation and approval from the executive sponsor. The core intent tested by PMI in this Task 2 is communicate a directional roadmap. At this stage, the focus is not on detailed planning. Instead, the emphasis is on defining the overall strategic direction of the program and presenting a high-level roadmap. Define major milestones. Major milestones are key achievement or decision points such as product launch, integration completion, phase completion, or regulatory approval. These are not day-to-day tasks but critical checkpoints. Provide ROM estimates. Rough order of magnitude estimates are given as a range, not exact numbers, to help the sponsor understand the expected investment. For example, instead of saying 45 million, it is better to present a range between 40 and 50 million. Finally, approval from the executive sponsor. The objective is to gain the executive sponsor's validation and approval before moving into detailed planning and committing significant resources. Now let's see how PMI tests this Task 2 in the PGMP examination. Let's look at the first question from Task 2. A multinational organization is exploring a strategic digital integration initiative involving multiple business units. A program manager has been identified. However, formal authorization has not yet been granted. Prior to committing enterprise funding, the executive sponsor requests visibility into how the initiative would evolve over time and the magnitude of financial investment required. What should the program manager do first? The key signal in the question is formal authorization has not yet been granted. This clearly places the program in the formulation phase before authorization. Now focus on what the sponsor is asking for, how the initiative would evolve over time and the magnitude of financial investment required. Whenever authorization is pending and the sponsor needs visibility, the focus should be on presenting a high-level roadmap with indicative estimates. Let's look at the options. Option A, establish the program governance structure and reporting cadence. This option focuses on how the program will be managed and monitored. This is performed post-authorization as part of program setup, so this option can be eliminated. Option B, develop an integrated master schedule consolidating all component projects. This option talks about developing an integrated master schedule by consolidating all component projects. This is related to component projects and belongs to delivery phase. Hence, this option can be eliminated. Option C, present a phased roadmap including major milestones and indicative funding ranges. This is exactly what the executive sponsor is asking for, a high-level view of how the program will evolve and the expected investment. Option C is the best fit. Let's quickly review option D to ensure there is no better choice. Option D, initiate cross-functional risk identification workshops. Risk identification workshops are typically conducted after program authorization during planning. At this stage, only a high-level risks may be considered, not detailed workshops. So this option can be eliminated. Therefore, the correct answer is option C. Let's look at the second question. A global healthcare organization is launching a digital transformation program to integrate patient systems across 12 countries. The executive sponsor wants confidence that the initiative aligns with the organizational strategy before committing full funding. The program manager has identified major capability releases, regulatory dependencies, and transformation phases. Financial analysts have provided rough order of magnitude cost estimates. What should the program manager do next to obtain initial sponsor approval? The question highlights that the executive sponsor wants confidence that the initiative aligns with the organizational strategy before committing full funding. This clearly indicates that the initiative is at an early stage and the sponsor wants to ensure that the program initiative is strategically aligned and viable before committing full funding. Let's look at the options. Option A, develop detailed program management and subsidiary plans. Detailed planning activities occur only after the formal authorization of the program. Hence, this option can be eliminated. Option B, conduct risk-adjusted NPV analysis for each component project. Net present value is used to evaluate which project gives more financial return, which investment is worth doing. But in this scenario, the sponsor is seeking confidence in strategic alignment and overall program direction before committing full funding, not for detailed financial comparison of component projects. Therefore, this option can be eliminated. Option C, Present a high-level roadmap with milestone-based funding requirements. This option directly addresses what the sponsor is looking for. A high-level roadmap shows the overall direction like key phases, capability releases, and major milestones. And milestone-based funding gives the sponsor flexibility to release funding step by step instead of committing everything upfront. Review progress before committing further. This reduces risk and builds confidence. So this is the most appropriate option for obtaining initial sponsor approval. However, quickly review option D before finalizing option C as the correct answer. Option D, initiate procurement strategy for digital platform vendors. Activities like procurement, vendor selection, and contracts come only after approval, hence this option can be eliminated. Therefore, the correct answer is option C. Look for phrases like initial approval, sponsor confidence, direction not detail, phased approach, preliminary estimates. Whenever question contains such keywords, always focus on high-level roadmap, milestones, and preliminary estimates. That's how we approach task 2 of the strategic alignment domain. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video very soon.